The 10th tip is another thing that is always very, very overlooked, and I think this is by far the most important tip. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 reasons why your hair might not be growing and also how to fix it. Hey love, it's Angelica. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Angelica. I post videos twice a week on Wednesdays and Sundays all about growing healthy, natural hair, long and strong and thick. And I have been on a natural hair journey for 2 years now. If you subscribed to this channel a long time ago, then you know that I started off relaxed, and I'll show you some pictures of my hair. And while I was also on a healthy, relaxed hair journey, I got to a point where I just got bored and I felt like I wanted my hair to do different things. I wanted to wake up and have straight hair today, and tomorrow wake up with curly hair and have the volume and the length and do whatever I wanted. And I reached a point where my hair just wasn't progressing, and the same struggles I had with my relaxed hair is also the same struggles that people have with their natural hair. And whenever I feel like my hair is like stagnant, it's not growing, or I need to do something, these 10 tips that I'm giving you are what could be the problem. But not only am I giving you the problem, I am telling you how to fix the problem and what you can do to grow your hair faster, longer, and stronger. So if that seems like something you want to know, make sure you stick around for all 10 tips all the way till the end. Let's get into the first one. Okay, so this first tip is for anyone who says, my hair doesn't grow. I have been natural for 4 years. I have been natural for 1 year, for months, and my hair literally looks exactly the same. It does not grow. Or people who say, there is nothing I can do to get my hair past a certain length. I don't know what is wrong, but I think my hair is just like that. It just reaches my shoulders, or it just reaches a certain 2, 3 inches, and it stops growing. This tip is for you, and it is the number one reason why your hair is not growing. This is your hair is breaking at the same rate that it is growing, which means if it takes you 1 month to grow an inch of hair, it also takes you 1 month to break off an inch of hair. That means every time your hair grows out, it breaks off. And there's many reasons for this. If you are transitioning to natural and you have two different textures, that is the number one thing. The two different textures at the demarcation line, you could be having a bad reaction. Your hair is just too hard, or the textures, you just can't manage the textures and it's broken off. But if you are 100% natural or relaxed, obviously you don't have to worry about this. But the thing is that maybe you don't take care of your ends. You just get products and rub it all over your hair. Your ends just, if they have multiple split ends, you just leave them, which means the split ends just keep going up and up and up and up, and you never cut them off. Or it could be that you just don't care about your ends. You treat your ends the way you treat every part of your hair. The hair that's closest to your scalp is the healthiest hair because it is new. It has just grown out. The hair at the ends is the oldest part of the hair because it has been there for a long time and your hair is basically dead. So if you don't treat your ends with extra care, you seem like your hair is just staying at the same length forever, because every time you grow a certain amount of hair, you break off the exact same amount of hair. Hence, your hair will be at exactly the same length. It could be like that for years, it could be like that for a couple months, but if you don't notice your ends and tend to them, you could be stuck at the same length forever. So now, how to fix it? The best way to fix it, aside from taking special care of your ends, one of the best things you can do is low manipulation hairstyles, so that you don't have to touch your ends or anything for a long time. So let's say you do your hair in big twists, so you just get a big section like this and just do one like easy twist, a quick little twist, and then once you get to the ends, you don't over twist the ends. Like once you reach around this point, you just put water and wrap the ends around your fingers so that it can coil up. And then don't tie a rubber band, because that can add extra dryness and your hair can keep breaking at that point. Just coil it around your finger, and then that will also help, because when you're detangling your hair, it will easily just come out without locking at the ends, because you didn't over twist the bottom. So take special care of your ends and do low manipulation hairstyles, and you might start to see growth. The second thing is that you wear your hair down too often, and this also affects your ends. So, for example, the way my hair is, even though my hair is past my shoulders, especially like if I brush it out, my hair is past my shoulders at this point. But because my hair is natural, if I just blow dry it, especially due to the humidity, it's still kind of gonna shrink up. And if I wore my hair like this every single day, my hair would start to get shorter. And the main reason is because the ends of your hair, when they touch your clothes or your body, they continuously rub against your clothes. And that leads to breakage because even though you're burning, like you're ripping off micro pieces of hair every single day, it adds up and your hair is going to keep getting shorter, and you might get to a point where it feels like your hair is growing relatively fast, and then once you reach this point, like by your shoulders, it can just never get past your shoulders. The reason is your hair is breaking off at the shoulders, probably because of the way you wear your hair. So I would advise trying to wear your hair a little bit up more often, or at least keep the ends off. And by up, I don't mean putting your hair in a high bun like that, because that can give you some tension breaking. But all I mean is getting something like a silk scrunchie, and if your hair happens to be in a blown out state, you could just get your hair like this, get your little hair tie, especially if you're like in the house and you don't have anything to do. And all you just do is tie it and fold it like that. Very loosely, as you can see, super loose. Your ends are tucked up. They're not touching your clothes. They're not touching anything. Oh, this is kind of cute. Your ends are not touching anything, and then they're just off your head. So throughout the day, your ends are not rubbing against anything. If you want, you can even tuck the ends in as well by like twisting them up a little bit and just like tucking them under if you want to keep them away from the elements as well. But if your hair is shorter and your ends don't even flip up over like that, you can just tie it like that and keep it away from your clothes and the elements, and that will actually make a huge difference. And you start to notice that your hair is getting past that like plateau length. It might be because of the way you're wearing your hair when it's down. Okay, so the third one is kind of like a double tip. The first thing that you might be doing that's stopping your hair from growing is that you use too many products. You use so many different products. Like some people have a ridiculous amount of products in their regimen, and if something goes wrong, you won't know which product went wrong because you just use so many. Like you mix three different types of deep conditioners to make your deep conditioner, and then you do like a DIY rice water, then you go ahead and use a shampoo, and then when it's time to condition, you mix like two different types of conditioners, then you use a leave-in treatment, then you use a moisturizer, then you use a styling product, maybe there's like three of those, then a hair gel. Like you just use so many products and your hair can't handle it. That, oh, it's getting super dark, huh? Let me increase the light. Yes, so you don't even know what the problem is. Your hair is just like, I don't know what to do with all these products. I can't soak them into the hair. And then on the other side, it is when you test products, you don't give them a good chance. Like you try something like, let's say, a deep conditioner or rice water or just anything, an oil. You use it one time or two times, and you're like, people said this would make my hair grow faster. I've used it twice and I don't see a difference. This deep conditioner is apparently supposed to make my hair look amazing and I don't really see a difference. You need to give product a chance to work and for your hair to get used to them. So there's certain things, of course, that you know instantly. Like when coconut oil touches my hair, as soon as it goes on, it's super dry and coarse and hard, and I know like, okay, I think I shouldn't be using this. But there's certain products that when you use them, it might feel like, it works fine. It doesn't do anything amazing, but it works fine. And then you use it for like 1 to 2 months consistently in your routine, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize how amazing this thing is. I'll give you an example of this deep conditioner. It is now one of my favorite deep conditioners. And this is the Eden Bodyworks Split End Repair Mask, and it has almond and marshmallow in it. The first time I tried it, I used it the way I use all my other deep conditioners, on sort of damp hair. I combed it through, and I just felt like it was fine. It didn't do anything amazing. And then I was like, let me try it in the shower when my hair is like soaking wet and it sort of lathers up like a shampoo. It gives you slip. When I leave it in my hair, not even for like 40 minutes, it makes my hair feel so nice and soft. And if I just tried this that 1 or 2 times, I would have been like, you know what? I don't think this is such a great product. It's just like, after multiple uses, consistently, I saw a huge change. My hair was so soft and supple. It just felt amazing. So I would say give your products a long enough chance. If you try something and it seems to just work okay, use it consistently, include it into your routine, and after 2 months, then you can make like a proper judgment, or maybe 1 month if you're in a hurry. You can make a proper judgment and see, like, okay, maybe this product doesn't work as well as I thought or as well as I wanted to. But if you use it consistently, you will start to see big changes. Also, if you continuously change products and you don't allow them to work, one, you spend so much money because you'll be trying so many different products, and two, you won't even know what works because you just throw something away the moment it just doesn't work the way you want it to. Try and play around with your products and see how your hair likes them before you give up. The fourth reason why your hair isn't growing and what you can do to fix it, is you do not have a routine. Now, one of the biggest keys to growing long, healthy hair is to have an actual routine. If you don't have a routine, it's going to mess up everything in your hair journey. Your hair needs to get used to things. It's kind of like working out. If you have a workout routine, you're more likely to stick to it because you know, okay, Monday, I'm going to work out my legs. Tuesday, I'm going to do abs. Like Wednesday, I'm going to do this. You know exactly what you're going to do. You don't have to think about it. You're not wasting time and changing your mind, being like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just do it tomorrow. And also, the same thing I was talking about switching different products. If you don't have a routine, you might not even know when to place it, when to use it. I have a very set routine. I shampoo my hair once a month. I co-wash 3 times of the month. Occasionally, I will use rice water 1 to 2 times a month. I deep condition every single time I wash my hair. I always moisturize and seal afterwards. And then I'll decide if I want to twist it or I want to braid it. That is my set routine. I do this all the time. So if I want to make a change and say, let me try an avocado mask, or let me try a protein treatment, I will know exactly where to fit it in and where to test it. But if I have no routine and I don't even remember what I'm doing, I'm like, okay, did I shampoo my hair with a shampoo or did I use a co-wash last week? What should I use this week? And if you continue doing something over and over and over again, your hair will get used to it. You get into the routine of things, and it will be like brushing your teeth in the morning. You won't have to think about it. You just know what to do. There's a high chance of you sticking to it, and you will start to see amazing changes in your hair. So please get a routine or a regimen, and you will start to see results much faster. It's starting to get super dark outside. I think there's going to be heavy rain, so I hope it's not too loud that I have to stop this video. So let me try and get to the end of it before it rains. The fifth tip is something that is also highly detrimental to people's hair care routines and makes people just have stagnant hair growth, damaged hair, and this is only using recommended products without figuring out how they work on your own hair. So, for example, that Mars, see, it's getting dark again. That deep conditioner that I recommended, if I say it works amazing in my hair and it does wonders, and I personally love rice water, it works amazing in my hair and I see changes. If you consistently use rice water or this deep conditioner in your hair, and you're seeing that it's only making your hair worse, it's making your hair feel hard, dry, brittle, it's really not working for you, and you stick to it and continue using it because I recommended it, or because another YouTuber who got amazing results from that product recommended it, you're going to see such bad side effects, and it's really going to be detrimental to your hair. Everybody's hair is different. You might have the same porosity as me, the same hair type, the same hair texture, the same thickness, and the product might still not work on your hair. So give it a chance when you do try it. But after you've given it a chance, if you discover that it's really not working for your hair, please change the product. Do not continue using it, because trust me, you will regret it. It's not going to make your hair, and maybe you might not see the results now, but over time, like in the future, continual use, it'll just lead to your hair being worse and worse and worse. I can give you a perfect example, and it's the example I give almost all the time. It's getting so dark. Oh my god. I use this example almost all the time, and quite a few YouTubers who I actually really like watching and have beautiful long hair, like literally waist length hair and longer, raving about how coconut oil is amazing and they can slather it on their hair and use it as a pre-poo. They mix it into their conditioner. When they moisturize their hair, they seal in it. Because of that, I went ahead and bought some coconut oil and I tried it and I gave it a chance. I tried mixing it with different oils, and it was actually not too bad when mixed in different oils. I tried putting it as a sealant over a really good moisturizer. It didn't work. I tried using it as a pre-poo, instant hardness. Until I reached a point where I'm like, you know what? I think my hair does not like coconut oil, so I'm not going to continue using it. So what I did was I put it in my food. I cook with coconut oil and my body loves coconut oil and I get the benefits, all the nutritional benefits of coconut oil from ingesting it. Now, if I continued putting it on my hair because all these YouTubers say it's amazing and it will make your hair grow, it would actually have bad effects on my hair because I didn't listen to my own hair. So once you start to get into the rhythm of things, which is why a routine is important, you start to know what your hair feels like, what your hair likes and what it doesn't like. And then you know that your hair does not like a certain product, and if it doesn't like it, stop using it, give it away, find a different alternative use for it, and you will start to see amazing changes in your hair. Let's get on to the sixth tip. So, the sixth one is more of a mindset, and this is all the whole negative. I have tried everything on my hair and it hasn't worked. You have not tried everything on your hair. Trust me, even though you're like, no, listen, Angie, listen. I have tried everything and it hasn't worked. I'm here to tell you, you have not tried everything and it didn't work. I saw this perfect, I can't remember, was it Tony Robbins or something? It was like a motivational speaker and he was talking about how people would say, like, I can't lose weight. I've tried everything and I haven't lost weight. And he said, if you tried everything, you would have lost the weight that you wanted. Clearly, you haven't tried everything because something works for everyone. What might have worked for a whole bunch of people, like I said in my last tip, might not have worked for you. But you can find something that will work for you. If you keep with that attitude of, I've tried everything and it doesn't work, one, you stop putting effort into anything that even does work because you're like, my hair just doesn't grow. I've just tried everything and it just doesn't work for me. So, whatever. You'll stop putting any effort into it. Because imagine if you were on a diet and you're trying to lose weight and you're like, I've eaten everything and it doesn't work. You'll probably be like, might as well just eat whatever I want. And you have pizza and chocolate and cake and all this stuff every day. And you continue to gain more and more and more weight. It's the same with your hair. The moment you're like, nothing works for me. My hair is just bad. I just don't have good hair. My hair just doesn't grow. You will slowly start to neglect your hair, even if you don't realize it. You'll start to have bad split ends. Your hair is going to be getting more damaged. You won't be combing it properly because you'll just be like, whatever. Trust me, you can find something that works for you, and I would highly recommend starting with a routine. The other thing I would recommend is to highly focus on your own hair. Everybody has hair envy. Even me. I look at other people's hair and I'm like, oh my God, I wish my hair looked like that. But at the end of the day, no matter how much I wish, no matter how much I hope, no matter what I do, I will never have someone else's hair on my head. I can only have my hair. So what I can do is pay the most attention and do the best I can do to my own hair. So that's what you need to do with your own hair. Listen to recommendations, find things recommended by other people, but at the end of the day, you have to do what works for your own hair. People would say things, this is another like motivational speech thing that I heard. A lot of people would be like, people who are maybe broke, they feel like they can't make any money no matter what they do. And they're like, you ask them, well, are you happy? And they're like, well, I know a lot of people who are poor and happy. I know so many people who are broke and happy. They live in a really tiny house. They have barely any money and they are totally happy. That is true. There are people who have no money and they are extremely happy, but we are not talking about those people. We are talking about you. Are you happy? That's the same thing with the hair. I know someone who tried rice water, she tried coconut oil, and her hair is the same length. Do you live in her house? Do you see what she does to damage her hair every single day? No, we're not talking about what other people have tried on their hair. We are talking about you. Have you tried it? Then you can answer the question. So hopefully, that helps a little bit. Let's get into the seventh tip. So, the seventh thing you might be doing that makes your hair stay at the same length and not grow is thinking that you only need one thing. And this is what most people do, especially on public. I think most people on YouTube are slightly more educated, and you guys know that it's not one thing. But in general, if I meet someone, especially if it's like a day when my hair is all out like this, someone will be like, wow, you have so much hair. You've got such thick hair. What do you put in it? What do you use in it? And I'm like, I mean, I don't know. It's a combination of things. They're like, yeah, but like, what do you put in it? Like, oh, you use rice water. Okay, so it's the rice water. That's what grew your hair. It's really not like that. Any single person who has long, healthy, amazing hair does not use one thing. Sure, something like rice water does really help my hair growth. It does boost it. But if I use rice water and let's say it's one of those amazing times where it makes my hair grow 2 inches in 1 week or 2 inches in 1 month, but then I am violently combing my hair and I'm breaking so much hair, I'm not deep conditioning, those 2 inches are not going to matter because that hair is going to break off. My hair is going to be dry and damaged. I'll have crazy split ends. So, the way to fix this is to know that it's always a combination of things. If someone did one amazing thing that worked with their hair, you can try it. And if it works for you, use that in combination with everything else that works well for you. You can't just do one thing. Another example, scalp massages work amazing for me. I have a whole video on scalp massages. I'll link it in the eye here so you can check it out. Scalp massages would really boost your hair growth. They make the oils penetrate into your scalp. They send blood flow. They will boost your hair growth 100%. If you do everything else wrong, or even if you do the scalp massage wrong, it's not gonna work. It's always a combination of things. So please don't go on the lookout for the one thing that's going to grow your hair. It's always a combination of things, and I always say this. Even in my video, if I'm like, do this one thing to make your hair grow faster, what I mean is add this one thing to your existing routine and the combination of the rest of the things you're doing so that it will make your hair grow. The eighth tip is you project other people's hair onto your own. And this is something I did a lot before I went natural because I had been relaxed for basically my whole life. And when my hair was not relaxed, all the old pictures of me, my hair was either really short when I was a baby or my hair was in some kind of braids or twists, so I had no idea what my natural curl pattern was like. So as I was transitioning, I would see the little like 2, 3 inches of hair I had, and I was like, I would watch people like Amber Ansa, I would watch people like Ebony's Curly TV, and I would be like, I think maybe my hair looks like that. Maybe that's my hair texture. And I would keep hoping like, oh, maybe when I add my curls are gonna form like that. Unless you already had natural hair before and you know exactly what your hair texture is like, you probably have like a warped idea of what your hair actually looks like. And then if it's not the texture and the curls or anything, it might be hair growth. Like, okay, I've been watching this YouTuber and in 1 year she grew like 9 inches of hair and her hair grew super long, and my hair is going to do that as well because I do everything that that person does. It usually doesn't work like that because everybody's hair is different. Even recently, I think it was yesterday or something, I saw Amber post a video on her Instagram of her flat ironed hair, and I was like, oh my god, it looks like her hair grew overnight. Now it's too bright. I'm like, oh my god, it looks like her hair grew overnight. It is so straight and flowy. She straightened it like straight down, flowy, like it's probably waist length, soft. I was like, I can't wait till my hair gets to that length. Like, how long is it gonna take? I can't estimate by looking at her channel and being like, well, it took her about 3 months. And then also, she was pregnant. She just had a kid. I might be like, oh, maybe it's the prenatal vitamins. So let me use those and it'll make my hair grow like that. Really? You really can't estimate. You can only focus on your own hair. So, yes, I have hair envy like all you. I watch all these other YouTubers and I'm like, I wish my hair looked like that, but it's very temporary, okay? It goes away, and I'm 100% sure, and I know that that's not gonna happen to my hair. My hair is completely different. I can hope, I can aspire, I can learn, but at the end of the day, my hair is gonna do whatever it wants to do. It does not know those people, and it does not care. So in this case, just remember that your hair is always growing, despite what anyone says. If your hair wasn't growing, we would all be bald. Because when your hair starts to shed, eventually all your hair would just shed off and you would have nothing left. Your hair is always, always growing. All you need to do is focus on retaining the length and maximizing the hair growth. Now we're going to the ninth tip. The ninth one is something, oh my god, I feel like everybody needs to hear this tip because of this new craze that's going all over social media. I think yes, I have already posted a video on this talking about it, but I still want to address it in this video. And this is using oils as a moisturizer, and specifically using pomades, thinking they're like some kind of super moisturizer by mixing a bunch of pomades like Sulfur 8, Blue Magic, Dax, I can't even think of the other ones. There's so many different kinds of pomades that people are mixing together and hoping it's going to create like some super hair growth Look, if you have to use a pomade and you really want to use one, find your one Sulfur 8, Blue Magic, whatever, and use it if you have to use it. I do not recommend them, but if you love them and you want them to work in your routine and they happen to work for you, go ahead and use it, but don't mix them with any other oils. Trust me, you're literally mixing Vaseline with another type of Vaseline. They all have the same top three ingredients, which is like lanolin, paraffin, petrolatum, or petroleum. Now, these seal everything in your hair. Now, if you wash your hair with a shampoo for every 2 to 3 days and your hair feels amazing, go ahead and do that. For me, I co-wash most of the time. If I use that, I would have to use a strong sulfate shampoo every single time to wash them out. And also, oils do not moisturize your hair. Even if you use something like an almond oil or avocado oil, which feels very moisturizing because they have a high water content in them, that is temporary moisture. So when you put it on your hair will feel nice and soft and moisturized, and literally 2 to 3 hours later, your hair might start to feel dry, and then your instinct is, oh, my hair needs more oil. So you put more oil on top and seal that in more. And then 2 days later, even your scalp is dry and you're like, oh, I know what I need. More oil. And this just seals in all the dryness, and your hair will continue to get drier and drier and drier. When you use oils, always moisturize your hair first, and you don't even need a moisturizer. You just need water. Just spray some water on your hair, even if it's in braids. Spray any moisturizing agent or put in any moisturizer first, then seal it in with an oil, and the oil will seal that in together with all the temporary moisturizing benefits of an oil. I see a bunch of people mixing all those oils up together and they just put it on hair like this and get that whole, Blue Magic Dark Sulfur 8 thing. Put it on the scalp, put it on the hair, and you're like, yes, my hair feels soft and moisturized. And they leave it in, and then eventually your hair is breaking. It's at the same length. It's not doing amazing. It feels okay, but you just know there's something wrong. Please do not use oils to moisturize hair. Always, to fix this issue, please moisturize first, then seal in with an oil. The 10th tip is another thing that is always very, very overlooked, and I think this is by far the most important tip. And this is a bad diet. Now remember that your hair grows from your scalp. It is a part of your body. The outsides of your hair are basically dead. So when you put products on it, it helps, but it can't do as much as putting good things in your body. A healthy diet doesn't have to be one that contains meat or one that doesn't contain meat. You don't have to go vegan to make your hair grow. You don't have to suddenly start eating meat to make your hair grow. You just need a balanced diet, something that has proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, and some micro and macronutrients. This is what your hair needs. Now, remember that your hair is not a vital organ, okay? You're not going to die if all your hair falls off. If you shave your hair, it will have no impact on your health. If you chop your hair and it looks horrible, maybe it will cause you some stress, but it's not going to impact your health. If you cut yourself on your hand, that's definitely going to impact your health, okay? So everything you put in your body will actually nourish your hair. You need enough blood, oxygen, water, nutrients. So you have to eat really healthy food, work out. You can just have some movement. You don't have to be like a gym freak or whatever, but go for a walk, get your blood pumping, get your blood flowing, because only extra things go to your hair. So if you have a horrible diet, you sit down every day, you're lacking in a bunch of nutrients. All those nutrients are going to go to all the vital parts of your body first, and then if there's anything left over, then it's going to go to your hair. So if you feel like your hair is stagnant and it's literally basically not growing, it's probably that your diet is very bad and you don't have enough nutrients. So always nourish your body from the inside. Even if you start to drink a lot of water, you start to notice that your hair feels more hydrated than usual. If your hair is excessively dry, it could actually be that you're not drinking enough water and not that you're not moisturizing your hair. So please take a look into what you're eating. And then this is where supplements come in. Now, I do not recommend supplements as a replacement, or else they would be called replacements. They are supplements, which means they supplement what you don't have. So if you don't have access to many fruits in your area, you might need to have a supplementary vitamin C, and it helps the absorption of other nutrients. If you're like me and you're an extremely picky eater, and maybe you don't know exactly what's missing out of your diet, but you might be missing a couple things, a multivitamin would be great to take. And of course, if you see a doctor or your local like medical practitioner, they would probably advise, if you're lacking in iron, I would suggest you eat more green vegetables and eat more meat. And then if you can't manage to get up the enough if you can manage to get enough iron, like what you actually need, then you can go ahead and have a supplement, because they're really not good to replace meals. You can't be like, I don't really like oranges, I don't like fruits, so I'm just gonna have a vitamin C instead. No, what you should do is, because you can't, or you can't eat enough, or you don't eat enough, then supplement to add. Then you see major differences, because it's not good to rely on medications like that. That is my personal opinion. I am not a medical professional. And speaking of medical professionals, let's get into the bonus. If you start to see sudden hair loss, sudden shedding, sudden extreme dryness and breakage, and you seem to have been doing everything else right, you might have a medical problem, and the best thing to do is seek out medical help. You can do like some blood tests or whatever they advise, and that might be the cause of your hair loss. Maybe even if you started taking a new medication, or you added something new to your diet, and all of a sudden everything else is like going crazy, and you don't have any new products in your routine as well, it might be your health. So please seek out a health practitioner. I hope these tips helped you, and if you want more, let me know. If you want any other video from me, let me know in the comment section below. Hit my face right there if you didn't subscribe in the beginning. Hit my face right here if you'd like to see any of my other videos on my other channel. Watch the 2 videos on the side of the screen right here if you'd like to see any of my older videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!